Yeah, so this Black Parade's album that uh, really got me into My Chemical Romance. I mean, before the Black Parade, I knew some of the big songs from Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, so not like I wasn't aware of them. But this was, oh God, I was young. Was it middle school? God, like sixth grader. So it was pretty much right when Black Parade came out, uh, and right from there, right from hearing the singles from it, I was hooked. Bought the album, and that it was all. They became one of my favorite bands pretty much instantaneously. Went back, revisited their early work from before that, and they really just stuck with me ever since. Um, I'll get into specific songs when we go through them, but as a whole, I love the album. It's one of probably the most well crafted albums of its time. And that was a great time for music in general. The couple of years there, we had a lot of albums that were good front to back as a cohesive album, which, as we've said before, we don't really get too many of anymore. So going
Yeah.
back and re-listening to this it's always a good time. It's always very nostalgic, very very reminiscent of my angsty teenage days, which not really angsty anymore. So going back and listening is definitely different now than it was back then. But it's still a great album. I think it's still one of the all-time greats, especially of our generation.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about this like separately, but like I mean, I've we both see each other online and stuff like we're good friends. One, to my understanding, I just want to say this on air, and you can disclose this if you want, but like you once said to me that you feel that the title track "Welcome to the Black Parade" is like our generation's Bohemian Rhapsody. I saw that
Oh,
on one of
yeah,
your things once. Like, I mean, explain that to me? I agree with you, but explain that to
absolutely.
me.
It absolutely is. It's it's the closest that we have gotten in our generation to just like such a big anthemic song like that in that took pop culture by storm. Because yes, we do have other like grand like anthemy songs. Like I mean, look at American Idiot came out a couple of years before. You have
Yeah.
Jesus Suburbia on there, and that's massive song within the fan base and a little bit the mainstream. But nothing since Bohemian Rhapsody or since Welcome to the Black Parade came out, would I argue, took the world like that, took like the scene and even the mainstream in that way. Bohemian Rhapsody is still iconic to this day. You still hear it everywhere whenever it comes on. Everyone, regardless of age, knows the word, is singing every word. Welcome to the Black Parade, very much the same. No matter where you go, you put that song on. Doesn't matter if it was a former emo kid, a former popular kid, someone in their 30s now, even older, and even younger. As we were talking about a little earlier off stream, we were just saying that this is a band that's still very much gaining new fans every day, and they never stopped. A lot of their fans are still discovering them at the age that I discovered them back in the day.
Mm.
So this is a timeless song, just a big like anthemic song, and I would definitely classify that as our Bohemian Rhapsody.